Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Playable Worlds. We're going to talk about Stars Reach today, and we got some guests with us, and this will be fun. Let's see. Next to me, I have Toster. Say something so they hear your voice.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Perfect. That way they can associate it if they're not watching the screen. And then we have Lastditchplan.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Sometimes we call him LDP for fun. And then not on camera, but here with us, Dr. Drake Vlot.
Hello, everyone.
Yay! I might point out that he is the first mayor of the first town in Stars Reach. Well, first actual designated mayor. There's a we had a sort of an early version of a town a few months back. Do you remember that one? What did we call it?
It's my city.
No.
Beanstalk City.
Yeah, Beanstalk City. Beanstalk Head was kind of an unofficial first mayor, but the first real mayor, there's Dr. Drake Vlot. And we also got a few other people. I got Thomas with me. Thomas, are you okay over there?
Yeah. Pressing buttons as usual.
Yeah, he's working his butt off today. Trust me. And then we got Rod with us, although his mic is turned off. But he's listening and will keep us on track if we wander off into the darkness, which is appreciated, or if we hit a technical question. This is a good day for asking questions, by the way. I mean, we got folks here to help you. Yeah, pressing buttons in the background. I like it. Rod is always around somewhere, hopefully. And, we have Larrick and the mods here too. And Larrick, you can always drop in, of course, and all the mods are welcome to drop in anytime if they want. We're going to talk about GovBot today. And there's a lot to talk about here. First of all, you guys knew this was coming. So GovBot itself wasn't a surprise. You knew, and some of you have experience from Star Wars Galaxies. So some parts of the design of it were not a surprise to you. Were there any parts that were surprising? Did anything surprise you about this when you saw it and started working with it? They're looking around thinking, guys.
I'm thinking, the kiosk I thought was really well designed. That surprised me. I was expecting some kind of placeholder art or something like this. And if you look at it, it's pretty simple. It's pretty cool.
I was surprised by the permission of the lots, the zoning lots, being able to just place one, and any citizen, if the mayor designates, can just hop in and help build.
Yeah, the amount of control was just insanely granular. It's a lot.
Yeah, the amount of stuff that got put into the first pass of the GovBot really surprised me, because you could do quite a lot of stuff. I was thinking it was going to be more basic, and it turned out to be a lot more complex.
Yeah. And we were scrambling to try to test it in-house before it got out too. And that's, it takes a village to work one of those things.
A lot of sand and no box on that. You could go so many directions with the tools that are in just the bot. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in too. I stayed up pretty late thinking about it. Unfortunately, I laid down. I was like, closed my eyes and saw dark wizard mushrooms, and then opened them up and had to think about what could go wrong and right with a system that free. It's really cool.
Did we give too many permissions?
No.
Never such a thing.
Never such a thing.
Really? Never such a thing.
Never such. Well, I mean, we're all relatively, I don't want to use the term meta gamers, but that's a tough one. That could go either way.
Yeah, and I'm of the school of thought that you can't have too many on-off switches for players to make those choices.
Yeah, it just takes time to learn them, but once you learn them, it's a lot more fun, in my opinion.
Okay. Zacharian says we need more permissions. There's no way to protect trees currently. That is true. That is an oversight, and is seriously discussed internally. That feedback came through very clearly. Obviously, it was demonstrated to us even before Hubi's dev blog. I don't know how many of you have read Hubi's dev blog. Put an X in chat, in stream chat, if you've read Hubi's dev blog about this. Yeah, good stuff in there. Yeah, good job, guys. So we didn't do too much. Excellent. What? How did you first start approaching? How did you pick which planet you were going to do? Because you guys picked Barracadas. Why?
I know we had a vote on the Gunk Discord server. I think we kind of threw, because we'd been on Akakala, and so I think we threw that out a little bit because we wanted to, explore a little more. So Barracadas was the big winner. It's very similar to Akakala, very pretty, lots of lakes, which we all thought was really fun.
Yeah, it kind of came about organically in the chat on the Gunk Discord, because we were like, let's try something else. Where's everybody going to go? We have to defeat the GovBot as fast as possible. So it just all kind of organically came together and put Drake in charge.
And then the planning phase started.
Okay, so there was planning.
Yeah.
Other than picking Barracadas, what other planning was involved? Because some people wouldn't have even planned first. They would have just jumped in.
Yeah, we wanted to, that's something we've been trying to do a lot with each of the wipes, is try and figure out like a rough layout we wanted for the city, because there's so much unknown, we can't like fully plan it, but it's like we knew GovBot was coming, we knew you were going to have to give it some types of materials, so we started trying to figure out what materials would be useful, and started figuring out what roles players wanted to do, and so a lot of work goes into like the week before the wipe happens. It's a lot of planning and trying to figure out how we're going to go about this, because it's a while to the next wipe, so might as well be a little bit prepared.
Unless you guys break the game, and then we might have a wipe sooner, but just teasing. Yeah, okay, so you put a plan together and you started stockpiling whatever you could do, but you can't really stockpile because we had a wipe right before the start. So, okay. All right, so, oh wow, look, you are playing the game still. Jeez, Thomas, I thought you were going to take a break from that today. Oh, looking good already, you guys. I haven't been out there and looked at this. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the cool things that came out of the GoBot too is the mission terminals. So like he's got one on his bar there, like it's a kiosk to order food. But they just look good. They fit naturally into the environment, and they make life so much easier. The gameplay loop so quicker and easier just to be able to get that on the planet. It's really cool.
Well, so very minor leak for a second. The next kiosk coming into the game is really cool. It reminds me of these public bathrooms in San Francisco, which may sound like a negative. It's not. When they bought the first couple and put them up on Market Street, and they were sort of a forest green color and an oval thing, and you walk up and the doors would retract and you go inside and and they close it, and it's spotless and it's beautiful, and they were like, I don't know, $1 million each and made in France, and people were upset that we spent that much money on public restrooms, but they could be placed on the sidewalk in the middle of town and they weren't an eyesore, and they were just cool. And the first time I saw one of these, I thought, is this someone who's recently visited San Francisco or lives there? Who designed this kiosk? I never did find that part out, but they're really cool looking, and I can't wait for you to see it in the next update. But never mind what it does, but it's just cool looking, and you'll see it immediately.
That's I think if you dig in the roadmap, you might find what you're talking about, but that's hearsay. So,
and I do want to encourage people to go and look at that roadmap, because we put it out, and I have personally done, I think, 4 updates to it since it went out. So we change things. At this point, it's almost every day on there. Yeah, stuff's happening. It's not a document snapshot in time. Oh, maybe we'll get to it later. It's a living, breathing thing that we talk about every day. But yeah, I'm distracted.
It's really cool.
Oh yeah.
I was so blown away by the roadmap and the visibility on it, and it's so cool to be able to, that you can drop in like images of, hey, here's some concept art, here's what's ahead, that it's living and breathing versus a lot of other games I've played where, they drop out their one infograph, and you're kind of looking back at that 3 months later, and you're like, what's been hit? Where are we?
Oh yeah, it's a lot. I got analysis paralysis when I first looked at it. I was kind of gobsmacked. I was like, "What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this?" And it's, again, the transparency you guys have when it comes to us and to the community is very refreshing. I've never seen it before. That keeps me farming mushrooms for 8 hours a day to feed the GovBot. Good job.
Okay, farming mushrooms for 8 hours a day to feed the GovBot.
Yes.
What do the mushrooms make that the GovBot wants to eat?
Well, right now there's
we got new players in the group.
There's the dark wizards, which we all conjecturalize, or whatever the word is, that eventually it'll be locked high up in the farming tier, and there'll be a rare mushroom and all that wonderful things. But they make gas and salt, and you can take the gas that they make and turn it into metal. It's kind of one of those. We've played this game too much to give us this without rails on it and not expect us to find something like this to do.
Exactly.
But that's sorry.
I love it. I love that there's enough biodiversity in the game that you guys could pick out things to help you and, strategize around it.
And they look really cool at night when you harvest them.
What's another cool species that you guys have used to help you feed the GovBot?
What is it? Bessum scrub?
Yep, the Bessum scrub is a lifesaver, especially with how much people have talked about forestry and losing forest because having to chop down all that wood. Bessum scrubs is, I believe, the only plant in the game outside of the thickets that is a renewable resource that you can get wood from. So that was something we definitely took advantage of because we didn't want to deforest our planet or any other planet. So that was a lot of fun doing that. We definitely farmed our hearts out some scrubs.
And we did it in a responsible way. We didn't, beat anyone to death. There's a little lounge there for us, and a picnic area, and a place for Larry to drink mint juleps with his little white suit, and like, you're not picking fast enough, stuff like that. We did have fun with it. It's not like we just chained ourselves to the desk and farmed the whole time.
Okay. Now I'm picturing Lyric in a different light. Okay. But yeah, I will pass your compliments back on some of this, but so the permissions at each level, what level have you achieved so far? 2, right? Have you made 3? No. On the GovBot.
We're level 5.
Yeah.
Holy, you hit level 5?
Yeah, I mean, 8 hours a day.
Hospital? Dear Lord. Okay.
We just unlocked the bank kiosk right before the test ended on Monday night.
What do you think of the balance of what comes on what level of unlocking?
Like for the rewards?
Well, any of your thoughts? What do you think about the levels and the level of effort and the rewards, or the staging of it? Should they have been more granular? Should they have been less granular?
I mean, we've all been pretty divided on this one when it comes to the rewards, because we're looking at it from a planetary dominance
Right.
area, not starting with a hamlet and large, medium, small, and a town and all that. So some of them do fall flat, like the what was the one, Drake, with the tools?
The basic tool kiosk.
Yeah, that should be like a low level award. But as far as the amount of stuff and things and stuff you have to feed the GovBot, it's a lot. I mean, I'm retired. Drake works from home, and so we can sit there for 8 hours a day and farm. Most people aren't going to be able to do that.
I'm not sure that still qualifies as retired, but all right.
That's true. That's true.
A jack retirement, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
About the tool kiosk, we talked about, if you keep it at the level for these basic tools that any player can buy for 1,000 Clat2s, and they're stripped down versions. If you keep those at that level, the mayor should have a permission to make them free. That would be a very cool reward.
All right.
Like a citizenship gift or something like that. Here's a house. Here's a tool.
Only
Welcome back to the
citizens
land of
can
the
buy
living.
from this. Yeah.
Get a shovel and get digging.
Yeah, and one of the things I really enjoyed about the level unlocks that it took the different amount of goods, so it was not the same every time. So you couldn't calculate out okay,
Good.
just everyone go do this stuff and you're good to go. It was sometimes it's 50,000 quantity, sometimes it's 100,000, sometimes it's 50,000 wood, sometimes it's 30,000. So it was really cool getting to see the different levels, because it changed our strategy each level on what we needed to do.
The items required also changed too, so we're waiting to see if it's going to require more complex items like oil or focus lenses or whatever, based on eventually if the cities can specialize. Because that threw me for a loop. We were joking, it's going to take seeds next, and bam, it asked for seeds. We're like, oh crap! Well, luckily we all have a bunch of seeds from farming, but that would be a difficult one. Sorry, if you weren't ready for it.
Yeah. I don't know. Looking at the GovBot's shape, I could see why it might want lenses. Yeah.
No, I was being facetious. Please don't do that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I know we talked about things that kind of fit from a logistics point of view, or they make sense logically, of what if the GovBot required 10,000 red bricks? And what if it required 5,000 prefabricated wall pieces? And then, what if you made it so that right now with the Clat2 donation, the mayor can pull out those funds to use for the planet. So what if you could put prefab pieces in as a component, and the mayor could pull those out, or select citizens could?
Yeah. Say you want to build a train line, that's part of it. You have to put so much in, and it's a material sink, but the mayor gets some of it, but for your train or monorail.
Mm-hmm.
This is just
All right. What do you think about the fact that people can walk up to the GovBot on Barakatus and make themselves a citizen, or apply for citizenship? Right now, you will accept everyone, right? It's not, or how are you approving them yet? No, you're not.
It accepts everyone.
Okay, and what are your thoughts in the future about that for Gunk? Are you going to leave it like that? Have you talked about this?
I mean, that's more of Drake. I think that's
Drake.
Yeah.
You.
Because I'm not Gunk. I'm just Gunk adjacent. I'm Funk.
I'm looking at you, Drake.
Yeah, it's going to be a kind of a balance act, because we definitely want to bring people in, but it's also making sure as long as the permissions are granular enough, because you don't want to destroy. Because we definitely have plans of trying to keep as pristine as possible, a nature conservatory type thing. So. That's one thing where, depending on how granular the permissions get, will kind of determine the answer on that.
Okay.
But we want to be as open as possible.
Okay. If you're a new player just coming to this game, would your advice be to get involved with one of the communities and become a citizen? Or would your advice be get your feet under you, learn the game more first, enjoy it, don't get nailed down with everything? What would your advice be for a new player right now?
I would 100% say hop in chat, get involved. I mean, all you got to do is ask, and everyone is, oh, look away, dog, I'm distracted. Yeah, just ask, because you need a grab mesh. People give you grab mesh. We're at the very early stages of civilization in this game where we're helping each other out, and many hands make light work. So get in and just do it. Ask a question and do it. That's my recommendation. Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the side of things like joining these planets that are already going. So we have 2 governments thus far going, one on Barracadas and one on Audith 5. You're just going to have more experienced players that are going to be able to set you up and help you. Like we've already had people ask, like, hey, can you help us build a house on Barracadas? And so it's stuff like that where just joining these communities, it's just going to help you learn the game more. And then when eventually one of the planets goes from least activity, if you're on one of the planets that have these governments, you're likely going to have more activity going. So you're going to have a longer time to be able to play it with your house and anything you build and stuff like that.
I'm jealous of your canines.
She doesn't like to be picked up, but she's putting up with it today.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think my pets would react well if I tried to start picking them up right now. But yeah, you know, going into the, what would I say to a new player? I mean, definitely join a community. I mean, this is a community game. I think that's what, you know, if you want to get the one sentence pitch, it's building a community for Stars Reach. So that's the game. It's you know, you can go and play God of War to have this epic Norse fantasy. You can go and play Tears of the Kingdom to have this fantastical Zelda experience. This is about what if we built a sci-fi civilization. And so I think that you should join a community, and then if you're someone that's like, hey, I want to ask all the questions up front, do that. If you're someone that's like, hey, I want to just kind of turn my headset off, sit in silence, and just press buttons and see what happens, and then ask questions later, at least then you're already part of the community and you have that that avenue whenever you want to ask a question.
What are the trade-offs between joining a new government that's just starting and maybe hasn't even achieved far on their GovBot yet versus joining a big established community like Gunk that's cranking through like a machine?
I mean, I think the big thing is joining a new one, you have more of a potential by pure contribution, because with the GovBot starts, the first mayor is elected based off of whoever contributes the most. So you have that opportunity to, hey, I know how to get materials. I'm going to just throw everything I got. I become mayor. Now you have, you know, you have all those granular controls at your command versus coming in on, say, Gunk's setup in Barracadas. You know, you're going to have to try and sway hearts and minds and get people to change their vote, which will obviously, like, you know, right now, this Barracadas is very much just an open planet, but in the future, presumably Gunk has their own planet, and odds are they're not going to let control go because it's the Gunk planet. It's, you know, the guild running it. So I guess it's a matter of, you know, do you want an easier path or a harder path to run the planet?
Yeah.
I think a similar approach. I kind of see it when you go to work at a company at a startup when they still have free bagels and everybody's all nice to each other and all that. And the corporate creep comes in as there's contracts and you know, supervisor bonuses and stuff for performance. So if you could get in early and you enjoy it a lot more than when there's no free bagels, just, you know, Stars Reach, hopefully it'll be infinite worlds. Just go find your own world and start your own startup until you can't afford free bagels anymore, and then so on and so on and so on. That's my philosophy.
I like it. Although we don't have an office anymore at Playable Worlds. We did
Well,
at the
yeah.
beginning. We had an office, but when COVID hit, we moved all our stuff into a storage unit, gave up the office, and said, "Why are we paying for rent at this point?"
Yeah.
And COVID ended, and we thought, let's not be too hasty. And we waited a year, and then we said, okay, let's go look for an office. And we looked all around and said, all the stuff we could really fit into is expensive and overpriced, and
Yeah.
all the stuff that's reasonable is in the middle of nowhere, and no one's going to want to work there. And let's stay where we are. So no bagels. Can't do that. But we do
Right.
have a close-knit team. We're only about 50 people, and we're working our butts off. But
That still blows my mind, the product you have with 50 people. It's insane. It really is.
Thank you.
Hats off to you. Good job.
well, you're very kind. Thank you. Very kind. But yeah, we work hard. Some of us almost as hard as Rod, but I'm just teasing him now. Okay, so your advice is join a community, make friends in this game. Don't just try to do it by yourself. Jump in. Ask yourself, would I rather work join a big group or a small group, or get in at the beginning, or no, but that's personal taste. Probably doesn't matter. You're going to have a good experience whatever group you join. Just join a group. I would say that's a very strong truth in any sandbox MMO. Yeah, join a group. This is a social game. There are advantages to having friends and etc. Yeah, and this is the great time to make friends in a game. Right up here at the beginning.
I think that's something that surprised me about GovBot is having those granular controls. You really saw people take sides in what they think a planet should and should not enable or disable. And I think that's really cool that we could have a planet where, like
Nice.
Barracudas, you cannot chronophase. Chronophasing is turned off, which is a tool that allows you to transform material into other material. And some people are like, but I want to run around in chronophase. Okay, well then let's get a planet going that has that turned on. And I think as long as the players have those on-off switches, like, it's going to be a great game because you can have planets for both.
Oh yeah. The granularity is almost infinite. I mean, you could have a limited time quest where you offer a billion Klaatu to 4 guilds and you turn on PvP and you just watch the chaos until it comes off and then you turn PvP off. Or there's any number of combinations that can be done that way that it's mind-numbing the amount of different things you could do, things and stuff, and ways you could run your government, your city, or to make Klaatu, or you could get paid in seeds if you wanted to. Really, the stars are the limit as long as you reach one. No, okay, bad chat.
What are some of the goals you guys have planned for what you'll do on Barracudas? Are you going to build a city like Akakala had? Are you going to,
It's definitely we definitely have plans, and it's going to come out to be some type of a city. We're actually, with seeing the new pieces that we have available and the testing we've done, we've started seeing we could maybe pull off like a Coruscant type vibe because of all the circular type pieces, the new glass pieces. So that's one of the things we wanted to try and explore and see if we can actually kind of put together like a true like hub city, like a Coruscant, where have like a Senate building, have your town hall, have a bridge, as you can see in the stream. It's starting to put those bigger city vibes together and see how we kind of put it all together.
Yeah, it's looking fantastic.
Kind of sad he hasn't showed the farm yet, but that's just where I've been at for 4 or 5 days.
Oh, tell them where to go.
Go turn around and go the opposite direction here, Thomas. to
it's
that
got
way.
a little lag because he's
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, straight
Yeah.
ahead.
Straight ahead. It's late there for him. Yeah.
He doesn't
Ours is
have God
truly a
mode
sight.
on or anything, so
Yeah.
he's running out of stamina using his grav mesh.
Yeah,
It's
just
good.
go to the edge of the map from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, partnering with Gunk on this was just to get a chance to see the levels of the GovBot and what it could do. Because there's no way right now my guild's not testing this game. They're off doing other things. So I get to see what it's going to be like when it comes about, when we get in early access, whenever that is, and I can convince them all to come on over. And again, to make these partnerships and friends, because Gunk's not going anywhere. Bread's not going anywhere. Trade's not going anywhere. So we are going to have to get along when the game goes live. So, and each planet is different. And once you claim a planet, they have different PQRVs and different resources. So we will have to trade resources back and forth on some kind of space train. Just like throwing the idea
Look at
trains
that
out there.
farm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The other
that's-
day, well, here's another leak. We were working on a trailer, and they assigned me a job to go plant rows in a farm, and it is hard to get them all in a nice row. Like
Oh, yeah,
you guys did. Holy cow! Thank
It's
you.
a lot of work.
That
Practice and practice.
yeah.
Yeah,
well,
and that's probably something later on in testing we won't be able to do again because it'd be locked behind the different skills like farming and all that. Because I don't think mushrooms are going to grow in fields on sunny planets. That's just kind of not how mushrooms grow. But it's fun to do right now.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
we've talked about that, I mean, those dark wizards are a little bit overpowered as it stands
Yeah.
right now with all
Yeah.
that they provide. And we'll probably keep using them, but to Toster's point, you eventually will have to have different environmental factors like humidity and light, and
Yeah.
making that farm will take much longer, and that'll be a good
maybe
thing.
you'll have to find a tree to plant every other row
Right.
around them that
Mm.
provides a canopy, and which tree seems to encourage better performance from the dark wizards and all that.
It's
yeah.
interesting. If you look, the grass has grown back in between. So we were moving, except for right there, we were moving in between them so much that we wore the grass down, which is a really cool
Yeah.
feature in the game. I was shocked.
Yeah,
you see
that's
that
a real
there.
thing
Yeah.
that they added, and
Yeah.
you don't see it a lot because it's hard to test for it, and it's hard to do it by accident. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
And you see that there's some holes in the rows where like so stuff fell from space and put a hole in the row and we just didn't replant it.
Those jerks.
But yeah, the space invaders are not nice. It's definitely a fun experience. I
Yeah.
kind of want to be doing it right now, but it's muscle memory at this point.
Yes. Did you what I did was I used the N key, N as in Nancy, to give myself the RP walk, we call it, role playing walk. So instead of running, I just walked, and I'm trying to keep the right pace between one pace of RP walk and put a plant down, maybe two.
The first 2 levels of GovBot, I used one stripped down harvester that you start with, and it was fun. But then I started seeing these other people. I'm like, how are you doing this? Well, they had 2 other really nice ones. I'm like, I got to go do that because I'm like point and click
Dual
and stuff.
wielding?
Point and click. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a sight to see. But that definitely should be locked behind higher levels of farming or something like that. Yeah. It's interesting.
Note to self.
So what you're saying is dual wielding is going to be in the game.
Well, that's what you're saying is dual wielding harvesters, or
right.
to plant with each hand at this, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. You're hitting a button and planting, clicking, hitting a button. I normally put like a podcast on or listen to some obscure music and I just get in rhythm and go and shut my brain off.
Okay. All right.
I should be
These
doing
are the
homework
tips and
instead of
tricks,
that.
ladies and gentlemen. All right. And if you guys have any questions, throw them out there. I do like the design of the mission terminals. Yeah. Okay. What do you think we should do about space? Do you think we should even allow any version of claiming a piece of space, or just no, limit it to planets?
I mean, we've been discussing that a lot in the Discord. The question is like, is there an economic zone around a portal? How do you enforce the economic zone? Is there just space zones? I mean, if there's deep space zones, sure. But if you're going to control a portal or something like that, that's some evil line stuff. And I'm not going to comment on people.
It'd be like a. Go ahead.
I think down the road, yes. Right now, people are already sweating over the idea of Hairstog and its precious sand getting controlled. The idea of the metals of space being limited only to citizens, I don't know if the economy could handle that as it is right now.
Yeah, but that's the small slice that we have right now. When it's
Yeah.
much larger, it should be an issue. That is
Yeah, when there's 10, 20 space zones, sure.
Yeah, that's one of those tough questions, Carneros. Like, who has the best ramen or hamburger? You're gonna start a fight with that one. We're gonna get flamed in the comments. We're like,
Drake?
It opens up interesting possibilities for like taxes and like travel, logistic travel lanes through the space and stuff like that. If you control a wormhole that you can just enact taxes, like there could be a lot of commerce going through that spot. So it could be a very interesting strategy.
Right now, we don't have. One of the factors we don't have is the strategic location of a planet. We don't have space travel on spaceships yet. So we don't have places that are on the way to other places that make a great hub just due to their location, regardless of how many resources are down on the planet or what the place looks like. Because a lot of that can be changed. You can take an ugly planet and make something beautiful out of it in a way that you cannot take a poorly located planet and make it convenient. That's just, you're not going to be able to tow it somewhere else. It's where it is.
what if you had like a planet train and you moved the planet from one? Just kidding. Sorry.
That sounds expensive.
It does.
Sounds expensive. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
I love the idea of, now that I'm thinking about it, like someone claims a planet that they're like, this planet's great location, good PQRD, good stats on all the stuff, and then someone else claims space while they're not looking, and they're like, oh, in order to enter space, I have 1,000 Klaatu tax. You want to leave your planet? You have to pay me to walk through, and I've created like this blockade of your planet.
I mean, criminal is in the skill tree. It looks like that's just natural piracy, I guess.
That's there are plans for criminals. We'll have to ask Raph about those sometime. Raph is going to come on Fireside in the next month. We'll do something maybe a little bit holiday themed, and you have to save a question or two about criminal space play for when Raph comes on. That's a good one for him.
I'm gonna ask him
maybe
about
ask him about claiming pieces of space too. I've heard us discuss it in a meeting before at work, but I don't recall any kind of resolution to it, But yeah, that would be crazy. Have to pay the troll toll to get through the space hull. That's it. Okay. I find space to be a little bit like to have a completely different vibe. Mining in space feels different from mining on a planet. And it's more zen to me. It's more ASMR. It's just more relaxing.
It's because your back doesn't hurt as much because the microgravity. So you stretch.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. It does. It feels different. Also, you don't get day-night cycles, which I appreciate. I like not having a day-night cycle. I may end up being one of it's weird. I think about, what do I want to play in this game when it's live? Do I want to be a farmer? Do I want to be a rancher? Do I want to do I you know do I want I like fishing, but I like the zen of being in space and not having the day-night cycles. Anyway. And you don't need a grav mesh.
That's true.
Good
The
point.
day-night cycles, though, are the only way of reminding yourself that time does actually pass when you play Stars Reach.
It's true. It's true. It's
Do you-
you definitely nailed the OODA loop on the dopamine on that one. The dupers are coming at you and you're just like, get it, and then you forget that it's been 8 hours.
I don't know that I need that reminder. Okay. Good point. Yeah, first when you guys started the GovBot thing, you guys at the beginning of the update, you had already picked Barracudas or not till after you logged in?
We'd already.
I was actually, yeah, they picked Barracudas. I was on Akakala trying to do the solo thing.
How did you balance the priorities of getting a grav mesh and building tools with starting on the GovBot?
A lot of teamwork. It was probably 15, 20 people that first day, at least at a minimum. And people were taking ownership of the farms, people were gathering seeds, people were going to mine materials for the grav meshes. It was just it was insane seeing that kind of work, because like you can always plan for things, but they're not always going to go to plan. But being able to see the community and everyone kind of work together as a team, that's the only way we were able to get the GovBot as fast as we were able to, because everyone had their roles, everyone was doing it asynchronously. It was really beautiful to kind of see, like, this early in the game, that much strategy going into something and it all coming together.
Yeah, Justin Ross is a hero because he's just like, here's a grab mesh, you get a grab mesh, we're going to change his name to Oprah and grab meshes. Because he was just handing them out. It was amazing.
Nice.
I think a lot of making do as well with what's the bare minimum that we need. Like, how many people, raise your hand if you're good without a grab mesh, and like.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get it later, but you just, yeah.
Yeah, it does fraction away though, because the higher level we got on the GovBot, less people, they start doing their own thing, which is got to happen, and it's not a bad thing. But you're still in the beginning though, where everyone was like, get it, attack. It was really cool.
Okay, we got a few minutes left before Thomas and Rod and I have to go to our stand-up meeting. But got some good questions in there. I like Cousin Corbin's comment there about the IRL day-night cycle helps remind him that time passes, so he doesn't need it in game. I joke about Cousin Corbin because I have the same surname he has, but he's not actually a cousin. Do y'all stand up in your homes during the meeting? I do. Some folks do. Some folks do. Some folks don't. We have one guy in the group whose back does interesting things for him. So sometimes he will lie on the ground or up against a wall or do various things to get a good back position. And we know that if we call on him, sometimes we have to give him a moment to get back to his microphone. It's funny, but this is one of the great things about working from home, is you can make yourself comfortable. I can go up and down with my desk and do things, and it's good. It's good. I like it. Sometimes I switch chairs because I just want a different chair. Yeah, no. Sometimes stand up also turns into a huge discussion on a feature, and we'll look at each other, and Rod will say, "We've been on this for 10 minutes now. We've exceeded our time limit. This is too valuable. Let's keep going." That happens. Rod keeps us on track sometimes. Post-its all over monitors. Oh, wow. I rarely do that. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes I make little lists and I try to write them with very good handwriting. I don't know why. But then I put it back inside the desk and hide it. Yeah, I don't put post-its on. Yeah, not going to do that. I'm going to do one more leak while you guys are. This is not on the roadmap because we don't know if it'll work. So we don't want to promise anything. We don't want to put something on a roadmap and have it be interpreted as a promise. Capiche? So we just last night installed a new tech for lighting, and we're testing it out now. Unfortunately, if you change all the lighting in the game, then it all has data associated with it that tells it how much in what place and all that kind of stuff, and all the data is wrong. So it makes it hard to evaluate how good it is. Someone's going to probably have to go through and change all the data behind it so we can see how well it works. But if it works really well, we're going to be tickled pink. And we're excited internally, but it's too early to get excited, but we're excited anyway. But don't get excited. But we'll see how it works. Cross your fingers, you guys.
Don't be sorry.
You heard it here first. All new lighting, absolutely confirmed.
Can't do that.
I've been writing all those leaks down. We're good. We got it.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we're hoping. Rod's rolling his eyes right now that I even said that out loud. Thomas is just happy that the stream didn't fall apart.
Thomas worked his butt off.
Oh yeah.
You know, it does hard
He
work.
had internet problems this morning and still managed to get the stream up and running and all of us on there and play the game and all that. He for a little while, you don't know this, but he was sweating over there.
And you got a
I
nice
heard
new chat overlay in.
Yeah, that chat overlay is nice.
Yeah, I heard Thomas had to take the server, hold it over his head, and get to a high point and hold it the entire stream. But
when I was a kid, we used to have to do that with the antenna to get the TV to receive signal.
To go to UHF where it could get Fox. Yeah.
Yeah. This is before they had Fox, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Back in the day, you would make your younger kids stand there with the antenna and hold them in a good position. You'd show them where to do it, and then the older folks could sit and watch TV. It was nice. It was nice if you didn't have to hold it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got one thing we're trying to do for you, Carneros.
What's that?
Me and Zekarin, we're trying to build on Barracadas with those zoning lots, which means that they're accessible to anyone. We're going to build a theater. And the idea is we want to kind of leave some prefab pieces in an area that could be like a sets and props room. And we're kind of working at a little show we want to put on to kind of demonstrate our thoughts for the theater. And then ideally, any citizen of Barracadas, oh, you want to run a show? Here's a stage for you. Here's all these prefab pieces. You can kind of move them at your leisure and set up whatever you want to do. So that's something that we're kind of thinking about. How can we use these zoning lots to share and create community spaces and put on a little show, do something fun.
Nice, nice. That's very cool. I wish we had some of those on the development servers when we're running around trying to make trailers and videos for the game. Yeah, that's anyway, because the game we really need a new trailer, and I feel it. So we're gonna have to, yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
Something showing off the new artwork style and the lighting and your new lighting and all that stuff would be nice.
Exactly, exactly.
You guys have a marketing guy, right?
Two actually now. I'm part marketing, part community, and then Nina is like jack of all trades. She and Rod, have 20 jobs each. It seems like, Nina is budgets, and Nina is legal stuff. Nina is business development, corp development, admin. She's marketing. She's sales. She's all kinds of stuff. We don't have a normal setup over here. It's a startup, so we're all wearing multiple hats.
Yeah.
Some of us have the same hats on at the same time, and we're just working as a team, and it's great. It's great.
To anyone,
especially when someone has to travel, then other people are like, okay, do this thing, do that thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the CV of each member of Playable Worlds kind of blows me away, especially when you had that interview with Nina and she started listing off her past and all the jobs. I'm like, holy crap! Like that's like you all have very impressive resumes, and that's a big draw.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of us find ourselves jealous of your new hires that come in that this is their first project they worked on. You're like, how do you do that? You're studying at the feet of the master. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
But good on them. I'm super excited.
Sometimes it's luck, right place, right time, and you luck into something. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, I feel blessed to be here, very much so.
We're super happy you invited us to be testers. It's been almost a year for me, and it's, testing a game for a year is I don't feel like I'm testing it. I feel like I'm playing it. I really do.
Thank you. It's getting better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we do have some fun things coming on the roadmap that I look at that and I go, I think that's going to be really cool. Yeah, and I can't wait. I can't wait for fishing personally, but
I wrote it down. You linked it.
But we have to get all the water stuff in first before we can do the fishing. I understand that. No. Cool. And there will be more game in the game. Yes, more game loops. Working on them.
Maybe they make games in the game. So like public domain games you add in there.
Some people do stuff like, yeah, we shall see. All right, time to wind up. Oh, well, shoot, we're late for our stand-up. Thomas, you're supposed to say something. Just kidding. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on a Thursday morning. I appreciate it. We got to have coffee with friends. Friends are important. Become a citizen somewhere in the game. Make some friends. It will be good for you. And have a great day today.